Roll Tide!
Hey, what's up, everybody? Christian Ballard here, Ballard Sports Media, coming at you live with a special guest today, former co-host or full-time co-host. I guess I could consider you part-time at least now, but my good buddy TikTok, Chess Hall. What's up, buddy?
What's up, brother? Glad to be back on the Unprofessional Sports Show. What's up, everybody? The millions and billions of people watching us.
Yeah. Live on Facebook and YouTube. What's up, Crimson 1077? What's up, Goose Sports? Love you guys. Good seeing you. Y'all do us a favor, share it out, hit the thumbs up, and go subscribe to TikTok Chess Hall, man. What you been up to on your channel?
Brother, I've been doing I've been making a couple videos here and there. Not really much sports videos lately. More anxiety and health videos, and getting closer to God, my friend. Always good.
Always, man.
Yes, sir. And I've been doing the Four Horsemen every Friday night at 10 p.m. on Between the Trenches' channel. So, yeah, that's what I've been doing. What have you been doing on your channel lately, Ballard?
For the most part, with March Madness and everything around the corner, we don't really have much football, so I've kind of been doing some men's basketball streams. I don't mind talking women's. I haven't really – the women's games, though, they're at weird times, like in the afternoon, or like I'm still at church on a Sunday, so I don't really go live for those. But I have been live for the men's, but I've been paying attention. Just a lot of March Madness stuff going on.
Bro, I've been seeing your videos about your college. Man, I love those videos, basketball team.
I'm telling you, and I did a small stream last night after the games because we just picked up we just wrapped up at least the home games. I only go to the home games because, I mean, when they travel, I mean, they're traveling out of the – I mean, it's just such a drive with gas and everything. So I don't really go on the road, but we play quite a bit at home. And what I will say is I'm not going to say that they can compete with any NBA team or anything like that, but they're pretty darn good. I mean, the men's team had – I think like 104-point game a few weeks ago over somebody. But, I mean, yeah, man, it's good. They shoot well. They play really good defensively. The women's team is pretty good too, especially on defense. But, yeah, man, I forgot how much I love basketball because I know our community is college football. And it's not necessarily just college football, but that's the basics of it and the go-to. But, man, basketball is fun to watch, and especially, you know, it's not where I go is not like the Baylors or Gonzagas or the big time teams that you see on TV,
Yep.
but they're still pretty good. It's a smaller school, but it's really really good.
And that helps with your broadcasting career, man, because you never know, you
Yeah,
might be shooting the games and like that. So, Ballard, what's up, Jerry Wells? How you doing, brother? LW?
yeah. Shout out to Crimson 1077 Goose,
Goose, what?
Jerry, LW, my man. Roll Tide, buddy. Good to see you.
So,
The band is back together for tonight. Yes, sir.
man, I've been hearing some rumbles. Tennessee's doing pretty good in basketball, and
Yes.
Auburn's doing pretty good in basketball.
Yeah, I think Auburn they were doing really well. One thing I wanted to talk about tonight, though, one thing that I saw was they have announced, at least for the ACC, which of course it's so funny we rip on Clemson and the ACC in football, but they are really good. Um, in basketball, especially in women's. One team that I love is Louisville, but they have the ACC has announced the women's bracket. Basically, I put like the basics, the matchups, and who to watch. But you got number one NC State all the way down. How about this? We talk about Clemson being dominant, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're the last team in the rankings.
Wow,
Oh my
Clemson
gosh.
really, the tater juices wore off.
Yeah, I mean, you look at, I guess at least look at these teams here. One game, well, we'll get to that. Like maybe six teams are ranked here. Number 3, number 4, number 14, 18, 23, and 22 there. And then, I mean, you got some good records, but like Clemson is 9-20. Virginia is 5-21. So those teams are just kind of, and I never want to criticize players, but just overall as a team, they're not having a good season. That's the nice way to put it. But you got Duke, Florida State, and everything in there. So, I mean, you had a close game today where number 3 survived number 23 with a buzzer beater to practically win the ACC regular season. I kind of wanted to look at this game here. It's been incredible to watch. This one game, NC State and Virginia Tech, was an interesting game overall. And, I mean, NC State outscored. This was so crazy. They outscored Virginia Tech in the first quarter 23-12. Then they get outscored 22-16. Like it was literally a roller coaster. Then they go and outscore them 21-17, a little closer there. Then, even though they won, they were outscored 15-8 in the fourth quarter. Who is this? Alyssa Cunane with 22 points for NC State. Elizabeth Kitley for Virginia Tech with 18 points. Overall, I mean, the NC State's one of those teams that's really, really good. And but it's so funny, too. I mean, the teams that are good in the men's are not the teams that are good in the women's. In fact, NC State in the men's and Virginia Tech in the men's, I mean, Virginia Tech's okay in men's basketball, but NC State practically sucks.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, man. Not really a basketball type of guy, but I mean, it's what it is,
yeah.
man.
You're one of those guys that, like, just call me when the championship's on so we have a trophy to see in the air. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I like NBA finals when it comes around, playoffs. And
yes.
I like watching old school basketball games, like when the Bulls are really good with Jordan and Pippen. But besides that, man, I'm not really can't get into basketball. I never understood why in college there's only there's a first quarter and a second quarter, and that's it. I don't understand that. Why can't they all have all four?
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I don't understand. So, I think the women's is all 4 quarters. What you have in the men's, you will have a couple 4-quarter games, but it's mostly, for the most part, it's like 20-minute halves. And even at Wallace, I mean, it's like that. They either do 20-minute halves or they do 10-minute quarters and do four of those. So I just for stuff like that, that's where I look at it and I'm like, can we just pick one? Even if you want to alternate it every other season, like this year we'll do halves instead of quarters or quarters instead of halves. Even if you want to switch it up every other year, but throughout the whole season, it's like you're giving this team 20 minutes to play and then 20 minutes to play, whereas this team only gets 10 minutes four times. Um, I mean, you give this team a little extra time to make shots before halftime or something like that, and it is really weird.
I think what they could do is, when NCAA tournament starts, they could do
Yeah.
4 10-minute quarters, and that'd be really cool. I mean, that's 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it equals up to whatever it usually is.
Or you could play it like football and do 60-minute for a whole hour and do 15 minutes, but I like that idea.
I mean, you could do that. I mean, you'd have a lot of players tired and stuff, but that could make that could make the TV more revenue by staying on later. And, the games can be worth watching because the games will come down to the wire. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. But one game that I did want to talk about, and then we got some WWE stuff. Really not a whole lot to talk about tonight, but one game that stood out to me in women's basketball, number 21 went out there in a Big Ten showdown. Number 21 Iowa pulls a ultimate upset on number 6 Michigan, 104-80. It was 21 beating 6, dude. Now we see upsets, but in women's basketball, you really don't see games like this. Now Iowa's good; they're 20-7. Michigan's 22-5. It's man, it's just really interesting what happened here because, and this was on, where was this? Hawkeye Arena. So they won at home, which I'm sure you say, oh, home field advantage, but I mean, they hit their field goal percentage better. They didn't have as many turnovers. Michigan had 36 rebounds to Iowa's 29. Basically, they were able to hit the three-pointers and just were a scoring machine. Like, who is it in football? It's the Big 12, right? We rip on them for not having defense, but mostly we need to credit them for having the offense. That's kind of what Iowa was playing right here, was like Big 12 football, but on a basketball court. They just could not stop scoring.
Yeah, that's really impressive. That's a big upset. Shout out to Ames, Iowa.
Iowa. Caitlin Clark. Yeah, Caitlin Clark with 38 points for Iowa. Meanwhile, Michigan's lead scorer Hillman had 18 points. That's Naz Hillman, 6 of 10 on her free throws, 6 of 12 on her field goals. This was a big one for Iowa if they want to. I mean, they might be a team to out of nowhere win the Big Ten tournament, but even if they lose that and come in like second or third, this is a quality win to add to their resume for sure.
Yeah, and I was thinking about Webster. He's Iowa State, not Iowa. I was thinking of Webster might have been at that game, but no, that's a big win for Iowa. The Iowa Hawkeyes. Maybe they can rebound from this and move up. So Michigan's taking all kinds of L's this year. Basketball.
All I know is Michigan's at least fixing to take a big drop from number 6. Not that I can't believe he lost to the number 20 team or 21 team. It's not like that for Michigan, but it's not a Michigan. You lost to Iowa. Bless God. Like, no, it's like Iowa. Hold up. You just beat a top 10 team. Man. I mean, I thought it was getting crazy in men's basketball with the upsets and games I've seen there. Women's basketball can get pretty interesting too, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, man. I'll be honest with you, man. The only women's basketball game I've ever seen was my older sister when she played basketball. Besides that, I've never really, what's up, GS Sports? I've never really watched women's basketball. Like, don't even know if George is any good. I know our basketball team men sucks. We almost beat Auburn, but that's about
Who
it.
is it? Tom Cream? Is that his name? The
I have no
men's
idea,
coach?
dude. I don't know.
Something like that.
I
Well,
couldn't
yeah,
say.
you guys are not really. You're not very good with men's basketball.
We suck.
What?
Just move on. Next segment.
Yeah. I don't know. I want to see how Georgia's doing. Bama. Georgia is actually you guys are ranked number 25 and you're 20-8 on the year in women's.
Well,
Yeah. But you got Florida ahead of you in the rankings. But anyways,
that's all right. Football is the only thing that counts to me. I don't care.
yeah. Let's move on from this, man, because I know we're big football guys. There's really not much in football, but you and I both are big, huge fans of wrestling.
Yeah, you
There
you
was,
you more
yeah.
recently have become a wrestling fan. I've been a wrestling fan pretty much my whole life.
Well, I've been up here almost a whole year.
Has it really been a year almost?
Yeah, March
Yeah.
5th will be
Good
1 year.
grief.
That'll be this upcoming Saturday.
Seems like the other day you called me and was like, "Hey man, I'm moving up here to Alabama."
Yeah, dude, it has been a hell of a year and it's gone by so fast, but there's been a lot of people up here with love and support that have just helped me get to where I am. You just have, I mean, I'm only telling you the tip of the iceberg of what's been great up here. But part of being up here, my grandparents, not the ones I live with, but my other
Mhm.
grandparents, who I've kind of patched some things up there and fixed some things, so we're all good. But they're huge wrestling fans. So
Yes,
I got into WWE. Like you said, Chess, you've been watching it since you were like in diapers, right? I mean, you grew up
pretty
on this
much.
stuff. So,
Yep.
but we had SmackDown on Friday,
Yes.
which, by the way, let's where is it? Here, hold on. We're Unprofessional. Pardon me. Snack Talk
I'm
Showdown. Let's go. Yeah,
I'm your
we came
I'm
up
your
with this
tribal
idea
chief.
for a segment. Yeah.
I'm your tribal chief.
You can't see me though. Um,
Yeah,
we came up
SmackDown.
with this idea for
Yeah.
a segment,
Mhm.
but I don't know if we ever actually did any of it. But being big WWE fans, first off, the first news that I got for you here,
Mhm.
let's share screen this on CBS Sports because they got sports from everywhere. If this is a sport, I call
Oh
it
yes, I
entertainment.
can't
It just
wait.
puts a
I'm
smile
gonna
on.
be watching it live on YouTube, baby. Pat McAfee show.
Oh yes, I love Pat McAfee. Now, I cannot because I don't know what it is. I'm just so busy with stuff around the house, whether I'm doing school or whatever. But
Yep.
this is one that I will not catch it live, but I will have to definitely go back and watch it. Vince McMahon will be on the Pat McAfee show. I love Pat McAfee. I love seeing him on SmackDown as he says it. You got the WWE defending champion Brock Lesnar here, by the way. Just incredible. You got look at this. You must be confused, farm boy. Did you see this contract signing with Roman and
Yes,
Brock?
I
What do you
did.
think?
Well, typical chicken crap heel. If you people don't know what heel and babyface is, heel is the bad guy, babyface is the good guy. Roman's the heel, of course. Brock is the baby. So typical chicken heel or chicken crap heel stuff, having security in the ring while signing the contract. But Brock wouldn't have none of that. Brock literally picked up the table and hit a bunch of security guards with a table. Uh,
Yeah,
then
y'all got to see this.
I believe he. I
It's
wouldn't play it
crazy.
because you'll get copyrighted.
Oh
But
yeah,
I think he hit an F5 on one of the guys. Wrestling
yeah,
SmackDown is definitely carrying it right now. Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, the rivalry is really good. And I was going to go back to the Pat McAfee show. Not
yeah,
this episode that's coming up, but the one before it. He interviewed Brock Lesnar. I didn't get to see it,
yes. I saw it. I
but
loved
I
it.
wanted to go back and watch it. So you guys need to go watch that. But there's rumors being said that Vince McMahon will have a match against Pat McAfee at WrestleMania.
You
So
said who?
Vince McMahon may get a match against Pat McAfee at WrestleMania.
Yes. Like actually, like
Yes,
are they battling for money or just like the one of those exhibition entertainment purposes
it's one
type
of
of
those
thing?
entertainment purposes. I've heard rumors. All I'm gonna
Yes.
say is,
Oh my gosh.
if something goes off the rails on Pat McAfee's show, then I think that'll lead to a WrestleMania match. I mean, because you already got Logan Paul. He's going to be at WrestleMania with The Miz versus I forgot who he was with. You're getting tested, right? Anyways, yeah. But uh, but the, I can't remember who they're facing, but yeah, it's going to be a good WrestleMania card. Ballard, who's your favorite wrestler right now? I have no idea. Is it Roman or Brock?
I've always loved since I've been watching it. I love SmackDown more than Raw.
Of
Although I
course.
love both of them, I do love Roman. It's been cool to see Brock Lesnar though, because my grandparents went off like, man,
Yeah,
I remember Brock Lesnar, and when he showed up at SummerSlam, my grandparents were wild, and I'm like, is this the man you've been talking about? Because I
yeah,
mean, you go back and watch this old school film of him. They call him the what is it? The Beast Incarnate, like the alpha male of our species. Is like his wrestling title. So like they don't call him that for nothing, man. He will lay you out, F5 you and everything. But like,
yeah,
I do love Roman Reigns. Like, I really don't think there's people out there that hate. The only thing, and I know it's his character, but he's like, I run this city. Acknowledge me. Acknowledge me. He does fight well, and let's just be honest. I don't think it's WWE, but I think SmackDown itself. Just imagine watching it without him would just be so empty. I
yeah.
mean, you get what I'm
SmackDown.
saying?
Yeah, SmackDown's definitely getting carried by or the Raw is getting carried by SmackDown right now. Roman's always
Yeah,
going to have that little baby face in him because I mean he beat leukemia, which is amazing.
yeah,
He's a really good guy. Brock, what's crazy about Brock's not a people's person, but here
yeah.
lately,
No.
Brock has been interacting with the fans and being a great babyface. Now I know they're facing each other for they're going to unify the titles for whoever wins. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, this is my little, I don't know how to say it, my little pre-prediction here. I think Roman beats Brock for the titles because Roman's lost every match at WrestleMania to Brock Lesnar. It's time for Lesnar to put Roman over. But I think The Rock will come out and do something to Roman Reigns because
Whoa, 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 whoa! Are you calling a Dwayne the Rock Johnson?
yes, Dwayne Johnson is related to
Woo!
Roman Reigns.
Well, I know that. I
And,
know that. But
and
man, you're calling him to show up.
yes, if it happens, you heard it
Man.
live here. But like I said, I think he's going to challenge the tribal chief because who in the family is higher than The Rock? I mean, he's the highest paid actor, movie star. I mean, he did a crazy
Yeah.
amount of things in wrestling. He's exceeded Roman Reigns' scene, but I think that'll be a good program. Maybe for next year's WrestleMania, maybe it'll be built like John Cena versus The Rock, where they have a whole year build up, which would be amazing. But yeah, dude, I'm ready for WrestleMania.
Yeah,
I think
man.
this will be. I can't remember how I've seen. Okay, I'll just go ahead and tell you right now. I've seen every WrestleMania since 1998 on TV or some kind of streaming. And if I've only missed one, but my grandma taped it, so I've seen all the WrestleManias. Of course, I've seen all the WrestleManias. Because they have the
Yeah.
Peacock now, which is pretty cool. Uh, P. Digit says Magnum TA was the best it never was. Yeah, true. And
Yes.
I got some other wrestling news there. Ballard.
Okay.
Yesterday was the Nature Boy Ric Flair's birthday. Woo!
How old is he one time? Woo! Shout out
I
to
think
Lost
he's
Side.
70. I think he's 76.
76?
He
Damn.
might be 80. I don't know. The dude's old, but he's still styling and profiling, and Space Mountain is still open for business.
There you go.
So yeah. Woo! But
73 years. His
oh, he's
birthday was
73.
it said the 25th too. But
Oh, okay.
yeah.
But dude, the dude's a legend, amazing. Another thing cool, Ballard. Do you remember the old? Okay, well, you haven't watched old wrestling, have you?
Every once in a while
Okay,
WWE can put up an old match, but that's it.
so do you remember the old World Heavyweight Championship, the big gold
I
belt?
think I
Remember that one?
saw one of those. Yeah.
I think that's the belt that's going to be the unification belt. They're going to bring it back. It's going to be the World Heavyweight title, which is going to be sick.
Yeah, let me pull this up. I want to make sure we're on the same page. I've seen it before, but is this
Yeah,
the one
Ric
you're
Flair.
referring to here?
Let's see. Let me
That's
see.
Lesnar right there with
Not that one. The
who
one
is
on
it?
the left. One on the left.
This one here.
Yes, that's with him with Triple H. It's an old picture. But yeah, I think they're going to bring that belt back.
Okay. That's a bold prediction. You think that they want do you think with this WrestleMania, which by the way, um I know like they canceled some stuff because of COVID and everything. Did they
Yep.
do one in 2021?
Yes, they did. Uh, they
Okay.
uh, they did one in 2022. Man, they did it at the Performance Center, and it was a 2 night event. It was the first ever 2 night event, and they all had it pre-recorded and everything like that. But yeah, WrestleMania is now a 2 night event, which is crazy because you usually used to back in the day, like
It
well,
used
not
to
back.
be an all nighter, right?
Well, not all
You just
nighter.
kept back.
It would go for like 4 or 5 hours. But now they
Oh,
split it up. They split it up to like 2 3 hour shows, something like that. So, but I mean, we got some good matches, man. You got Ronda Rousey going to face Charlotte Flair. I'm trying to think who else is on the show. Miz is facing. I can't remember who. I don't remember who's facing. Now, here's something interesting for you, Ballard. Uh, Edge had an interesting
great.
promo the other night where he said that he was calling anybody out to come face him for WrestleMania. There's
I
rumors.
saw that. Yeah. Do you think
There's
he's gonna get?
rumors. Okay, go ahead.
Do you think he's gonna get Rollins?
Oh, they've already fought. It's either going to be AJ Styles or
Yes.
somebody who's recently been let go from a company, Cody Rhodes. He is from AEW. You probably don't know who he is. He's Dusty Rhodes' son, and Goldust's brother.
Yeah.
He's he's probably going to be he might be facing Edge at WrestleMania, but I don't care who faces Edge at WrestleMania. Edge, his comeback has been amazing, and he's had banger matches after banger matches. They're all really good, and uh, dude, it's a good time to be a wrestling fan because there's so many options. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, there was only like, well, I mean, there was WWF at the time and WCW. Then when WCW closed down, WWF was the only thing around. But now you got WWE, AEW, TNA, all those things, man. There's tons of wrestling. You can type in
Yeah.
tons of wrestling stuff, man. So it's crazy.
Yeah. So here's what they got. So what is it
Okay.
like? Is it a 2 night event?
Yeah, there's
Uh,
going to be a main event the first night and then a main event the second night. So
right.
what
And then they got these three here. Edge has, like you said, no one's really responded yet. But so
mhm,
what you have is you have the SmackDown Women's Championship with
yes.
Charlotte Flair, the Queen, fighting Ronda Rousey. I think I saw something about that the other day. I remember seeing her return. I saw the video,
Yes.
and dude, I got excited because I know a few years ago, my dad and I and my brother went to go see a fight with her and someone else. I don't know. We went to like Wild Wings, and she won by knockout in like 30 seconds, and it was insane. So I know how tough she is, but she's fighting Charlotte Flair on the first night for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Night two is a rematch with Lesnar and Reigns. You got the WWE champ and
Universal.
the Universal champion with his advocate, Paul Heyman,
Yes.
the tribal chief, they call him Roman Reigns. And it's a
Mhm,
winner take all unification
mhm.
championship match to declare the Universal Champion.
Yes.
And then night three, or it says night to be determined, but I don't know if it's So it's a 2-night, right? So this will either
Yeah,
be night
so
one.
they don't know if I'm trying to think. What you said? You said not or two to be determined. That's they don't know whether what night they're going to put it on. More than likely, the Charlotte Flair Ronda Rousey will be the second night, and then the Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch will be the first night. Now, Dominic Mysterio, Rey Mysterio versus Logan Paul and The Miz, that'll be the first night. And
That's a tag
whoever
team, right?
Edge faces, I think that'll be probably the main event for night one, maybe. Yeah, tag team match. Hopefully Edge gets a really good. Hopefully Edge gets a really good. Uh, P digits. Hopefully Edge gets a really good opponent. Ronda Rousey, man, she's a bad mamma jamma.
Oh yeah, she never look. She always looks like she's ready to like kick some tail. You know what I mean? Like she always looks pissed off. Like first off, she's pretty. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to date that. You know, like because you make the smallest move, you're down on the ground.
Yeah, dude, I didn't when I watched her come back live, like when she
Yeah,
I didn't expect it. I was like, dude, I didn't know Ronda Rousey was coming back. That's freaking awesome. When she come back in the Royal Rumble, I was like, surely they let Ronda Rousey win this because I mean, her UFC career is over with. She got beat, and WWE loves UFC guys. They got Brock Lesnar, he's a UFC guy. You got Ronda Rousey. Ken Shamrock back in the day was a UFC guy, and it was really awesome. But she's a she's a really good athlete, man. I'm really looking forward to WrestleMania this year. That's all I'm gonna say. WrestleMania 38. I can't believe it's already WrestleMania 38. Wait till it gets to WrestleMania 40. Good grief.
yeah, absolutely. That's like, and it's a yearly thing outside of the COVID year. Or
Yeah,
did you say they had one?
yeah, they had one. They had one the COVID year. A lot of people had tickets to the event. I don't know if they got refunded
Right.
or something else, but yeah, they had one. It was pre-recorded, but it still was a really good WrestleMania.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll definitely. I don't have the Peacock Premium, but I'm sure they're obviously going to put some stuff out on the YouTube channel for sure.
Yeah,
But
you
this
should
this looks
definitely.
like it's set up to be probably one of the better ones in a
I mean,
while.
it won't be. It'll be a really good WrestleMania. I mean, there's some WrestleManias have sucked. I hate to say it, but probably one of the worst WrestleManias that I've ever seen was the one they had in Atlanta. The only good match on that card was Triple H and freaking and Undertaker. Besides that, man, that's probably one of the worst WrestleManias that I've ever seen, and it was it was close to where I live. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, man, WrestleMania is
There you go.
it's pretty big, man.
I
I'm
got
excited.
one. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I was just gonna ask a quick question because we're talking
Yeah,
about all these old school and great you know fighters and wrestlers in WWE, but
yeah,
want to take you back real quick. 2021 SummerSlam was incredible. That's when Brock Lesnar returned for the first time in who knows how long, and that's when it all started between him and Roman Reigns. But
yeah.
don't forget who Roman Reigns, he fought John Cena and beat him for the Universal Championship.
Yep.
In your opinion, do you think John Cena will ever return back to WWE again? Or do you think that he's going to stick to acting and credit card commercials?
He'll be like The Rock. He'll be at a special attraction. I think he's mainly he come back to put Roman over. Which if you don't know what that means, put him over like let him win or whatever. But
Yeah.
he's going to be a special
Just for
attraction.
the just for the entertainment and the money.
Yes, John Cena is which is kind of funny because when him and The Rock fought years ago, he was mad at The Rock because The Rock just left went to Hollywood. But Cena's doing the same thing, so they have a respect for each other now. So Cena's going to be like a once every 2 to 3 years appearance probably.
Yeah.
He'll never be full time again. He don't have to be. He's done laid out his legacy.
Yeah.
And I got another topic after this right here. He's gonna be part time only for sure, and it's only gonna be like SummerSlam or WrestleMania where he comes
Like
back.
the big main events, but he's
Yeah,
not obviously it's not going to be every single one. So he might do one of those where
Mhm.
once every 2 or 3 years, or maybe at least once every year. For all we know, if we
That
have
would be cool.
SummerSlam again this year, he might decide to sign a contract for uh, this year's SummerSlam later in July or August, whenever we have the
Who knows?
22.
He might be part of WrestleMania this year at something. He might have a
If he just
segment.
sneaks in.
Yeah, and another
Yeah.
news I wanted to bring up, man, Ballard. They have announced your first inductee to the 2022 Hall of Fame is The Undertaker. They finally put
Oh,
him in the
about
Hall of
time.
Fame where he
Yeah.
deserves. And Ballard, if I'm going to be realistic here, I think he's the only one that deserves to go in the Hall of Fame this year. He should have the Hall of Fame to himself. That man, I watched that. That man scared me as a child. That man made me laugh as a child. That man made me want to ride a
Yeah.
motorcycle as a child. And that man made me want to beat
He
up people.
basically was the pure. I have, like I said, I didn't see this stuff live, but I have
Yes.
gone back on WWE and I've seen it on YouTube. And what I've seen from The Undertaker, man, he did it all. I mean, like you said, he made you laugh, he made you cry a bit, and just like he
Yeah.
was I mean, he I know that we call Brock Lesnar the beast, but man, the Undertaker was the man right there. That was the
The
yeah.
Undertaker the Undertaker is probably no, he is the most loyal WWE employee to Vince McMahon ever. He stayed with him
Yeah.
through the tough times and the good times. Yeah, I already know. I already brought that up, Orlando Nelson, that Vince is going to wrestle WrestleMania. Undertaker deserves to be in Hall of Fame, and I'm going to probably cry
Yeah.
like a baby when he goes in because that's my childhood ballad. Like you know how you're
Yeah.
a Bama fan and all this. It's like watching your
Yeah.
team win the national championship, man. It's like, dude, finally this happens. I know he'll probably never wrestle again, which kind of bugs me because I remember every year at WrestleMania you'd be looking for who's gonna break the streak, who's gonna break the streak, who's gonna break the streak. So
Yeah.
it's very therapeutic and very awesome that the man Mark Calloway, aka the Undertaker, is gonna be in the 2022 Hall of Fame.
Heck yeah. One thing that sticks out to me though is and getting back to WrestleMania real quick, but did you see a couple weeks ago on SmackDown when Bill Goldberg came out and challenged Roman Reigns? I'm curious, and I don't want to ask. I know who did I ask about John Cena, but um, you know, Bill Goldberg is obviously trying to make his big, not, I don't know if I want to say comeback, but he's obviously made himself his return to WWE. He do you think he can show up at WrestleMania by
Well,
surprise?
he could show up at WrestleMania by surprise, but let's just be honest here, Ballard. The reason
Yeah.
they brought back Goldberg, the reason they brought back John Cena, is for people to feed to Roman Reigns to make him look stronger and bigger. And when he beats Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, Roman is going to be the guy. He's the man. He's beat everybody he's faced, and that's all
Yeah.
they're doing. So, but Goldberg, I mean, Goldberg's cool and all. I mean, he's cool to bring back like once every 2 or 3 years. That's cool with me. But
Yep.
honestly, I'm cool with Goldberg just kind of sticking to whatever he does, like car shows and stuff like that. Wise, and
Yeah.
he's a former Georgia Bulldog, right?
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
What's up, Orlando Nelson? He says Goldberg is done. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not. If that's the case, little heart right there, dude. It was so cool to see his return. Like when he fought Lashley. Well, he fought him twice. He beat
Yep.
him at the was it Extreme Rules or whatever it was?
He beat him in Saudi Arabia, Saudi
Oh, Crown
Arabia,
Jewel. That's it.
Crown Jewel. Yeah, I
Crown
think. Yeah, yeah,
Jewel. Yep.
yeah. That's where he threw him off the stage. Was really cool. Spearing off stage,
Oh
actually.
man.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, Goldberg's probably done more than likely. I don't know. I thought he was done last time, and he come back. So I
Yeah.
mean, his I mean maybe his son could uh do something in WWE. His son's really is what it is. Goldberg's not really an endurance type of guy. Like Goldberg's matches only last like 5 to 7 minutes because that's all he's been known for. He has no cardio and like that. He's an old dude. I mean, he's older.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So, I mean, Ballard. That's all. That's all. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say this real quick about Goldberg. Love him to death. He's a big dude, very strong. Don't screw with him. But I think his domination days in the WWE are pretty much behind him, in my opinion.
Yeah, his WCW career was amazing. His first WWE stint was kind of lackluster. His second one has definitely been the best stint so far. But let's be realistic here. I mean, Goldberg's getting up in age. He's gray. He's old. It's time to hang him up, Goldberg, and maybe work. Yeah. I mean, I don't think he wants to work for the WWE like a performance center like that or nothing. Where's like that.
Car keys?
I have no idea. But it is what it is. But Ballard, that's all the news I think I got for you, buddy. I'll let you close out the show. Man, I'm gonna get out of here.
But, y'all go subscribe and show some love to TikTok Chess Hall. I love you, buddy. Thanks for coming on.
I love you too, buddy. And you guys get Ballard up there in subs, man. Let's get him to 1,000 eventually. Let's get him monetized. Anyways,
yeah, man. Next top 700.
Go Dogs, baby! Woo!
Roll Tide. I'm gonna get out of here. I love you guys. Jesus loves you. Keep your head up. Thank you again to TikTok Chess Hall for coming on. Love you, bro. I love all you guys. I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all have a great week ahead. Roll Tide. Ballard Sports Media. Checking out. Love y'all. Peace out.